down with.
नमस्ते। सौगंध मुझे इस मिट्टी की, मैं देश नहीं मिटने दूंगा, मैं देश नहीं झुकने दूंगा. This is Narendra Modi's promise to Bharat. But has the Modi model of governance also always put Bharat first? We put Modi's Rashtravad to test in this edition. In this part, we talk about his commitment and the Modi model of governance working towards an Ek Bharat, a Shresht Bharat, a safe, strong India, which is steeped in love for the country in Rashtravad. Our identity is our nation. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has always urged every Indian to put nation first. His governance model too has focused on urging every citizen to recognize and realize that we have only one identity, not caste, creed, region or religion, only nation, Bharat.
सौगंध मुझे इस मिट्टी की, मैं देश नहीं मिटने दूंगा, मैं देश नहीं रुकने दूंगा, मैं देश नहीं झुकने दूंगा.
There's no two ways about it. Prime Minister Modi has made nationalism cool. Mahatma Gandhi, Shyamji Krishna Verma, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, icons who have propagated Rashtravad, icons who inspire the Prime Minister.
आप एक भारत श्रेष्ठ भारत के भी ध्वजवाहक है. इसलिए आपके हर एक्शन, आपकी हर गतिविधि नेशन फर्स्ट, ऑलवेज फर्स्ट, राष्ट्र प्रथम, सदैव प्रथम.
In July 2021, Prime Minister Modi stressed on nation first, always first mantra and called on citizens to lead a Bharat Jodo Andolan. Through initiatives like Ek Bharat Shresht Bharat, Modi has focused on national integration through cultural exchange. From economy to foreign policy, increasing national pride remains central to policy making under Modi. Rashtravad envisions an inclusive, progressive and powerful Bharat. Ek Bharat. With a focus on Rashtravad started with this entire slogan of Ek Bharat Shresht Bharat. Ek Bharat Shresht Bharat was announced as a tribute to Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. Then, it forms an engagement matrix between states and union territories. 14 ministries participating, 9,634 activities done. Nation first, always first. Now, this is where Bharat Jodo, which was actually inspired from Mahatma Gandhi's Bharat Chodo, that Bharat Jodo Andolan, that's what he coined it. Then aimed to record number of citizens to sing national anthem. Maximum number of citizens across the country singing the national anthem. That's how he wanted to fuel in the sense of pride in the nation.
He is aware of the fact that unless you are powerful, unless you are strong enough, people don't take you seriously. He is aware of the Indian concepts, Indian philosophy. समर्थ को नहीं दोष गुसाई, सामर्थ्यवान व्यक्ति, सामर्थ्यवान समाज, सामर्थ्यवान राष्ट्र का कोई दोष नहीं होता है. And therefore, he is going ahead with आत्मनिर्भर भारत, स्वावलंबी भारत, सम्माननीय भारत, स्वतंत्र भारत, सुतंत्र भारत and सुरक्षित भारत. That is his concept. Same way, his concept is also, he understands, स्वार्थ लाग करहि सब प्रीति. Everybody respects you, likes you, because he wants to cash on to his desire. And world is looking at India in last about 10-15 years as a different India. It is no more the India which could be taken for granted by anybody and everybody else.
From iconic landmarks to smart cities to sharper townships, the Modi model has always endeavored to instill a sense of pride and awareness about our founding fathers, cultural heritage and civilizational wealth. he has smartly married the Vikas push with the objective of more Vishwas or belief in our own origins. Making India a Vishwaguru involves changing the face of its cities.
आने वाली पीढ़ियां नए भवन को देखकर गर्व करेगी कि ये स्वतंत्र भारत में बना है.
Whether it be transforming the seat of Indian democracy in the form of the Central Vista project that sees a brand new parliament building and residences for the Prime Minister and the Vice President, or the Statue of Unity, a fitting ode to Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, built out of 5,000 tons of steel, or even the Grand Chhatrapati Shivaji Memorial that will transform Mumbai's skyline. It all began right from the time Modi was the Chief Minister of Gujarat, when he oversaw a facelift for Ahmedabad through projects like Narmada Riverfront Project and Rapid Transit Corridor for buses, known as Janmarg. Today, PM Modi is intent on building a new India, from the Smart City mission, which focuses on 100 cities, to Amrut plan, which targets 500 other smaller towns.
क्यों न हमारे देश में 100 नए शहर बने, आधुनिक शहर बने, वॉक टू वर्क कंसेप्ट के रूप में बने, स्मार्ट सिटी बने.
It's all about changing the face of Ek Bharat. So let's talk about the changing face of India. Smart Cities mission. Work has been completed in 3,072 projects worth 52,434 crore. As part of Amrut, the work has been completed in 3,782 projects worth about 21,396 crore. Statue of Unity, it's the world's tallest statue, 182 meters, built in a record of 33 months. And the Central Vista project itself is a 20,000 crore project spread over a period of time, and it will be India's landmark. That's what the world will remember, the beacon of independent India, shining independent India, is what Prime Minister Narendra Modi said. And Mumbai Trans Harbour Link Road, it's 21.8 kilometers of a sea bridge that will be the nation's longest.
ये रिवरफ्रंट प्रोजेक्ट आप सब जानते हैं कि उसके काफ़ी आयाम रहे हुए हैं. इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर्स तो डेवलप कर ही रहे, जो एक बहुत बड़ा न्यूसेंस वर्ड था उसको एक अपॉर्चुनिटी में कन्वर्ट करने का पूरा प्रोग्राम है. जैसे जैसे रिवरफ्रंट का लोअर प्रोमेनाड से लेके अपर प्रोमेनाड, सारे गार्डन्स, इवेंट सेंटर्स और काफ़ी कुछ जो डेवलप हुआ है, और जो भी काफ़ी सोशल प्रोग्राम्स भी यहाँ होते हैं, वो सबको लेके काफ़ी सारा इकोनॉमिक डेवलपमेंट अभी शुरू हो चुका है.
We do not covet another's territory, but will not tolerate anyone trying to slice and dice Maa Bharati. Naya Bharat is muscular, strong, and potent. We are not predators or expansionists, but we know how to protect ourselves. Under Prime Minister Narendra Modi, there has been a marked shift in India's strategic posture.
ये हमारा सिद्धांत है, हम घर में घुस के मारे.
2016, the surgical strike. 2019, the airstrike. 2020, the Galwan clash.
विस्तारवाद का युग समाप्त हो चुका है. ये युग विकासवाद का है.
The message has been sent loud and clear to the enemy. This is no longer an India that will present the other cheek upon being slapped. If you attack us, we will give it back to you on your turf with interest. The last 7 years under Modi Sarkar has seen an unprecedented emphasis on shoring up India's defense. From the setting up of the first ever Chief of Defence Staff, to setting up of India's first private howitzer plant in Hazira in 2019. India has signed a record number of defense deals, from the outright purchase of 36 Rafale fighter jets from France to the acquisition of the Boeing Apache and Chinook helicopters. The seas are prowled by the INS Vikrant above waters and the nuclear-powered INS Arihant below it. This is a new India, a strong India. Shoring up our defense also means strengthening our own manufacturing and building capabilities, especially with respect to defense. Now, the defense acquisition procedure in 2020, 64% of the defense budget was kept for Indian players. 70,000 crores worth purchases from the domestic sector itself. Embargo on import of 209 indigenous items. The defense expenditure, 2.9% of India's total GDP.
There is improvement in the posture, in the thinking itself. How do we change our posture? Our thinking has to be changed. If you keep asking the people, may I come in, sir? May I go out, sir? Then you will not get the orders. And therefore, if you remember, last year during the Galwan crisis, he went himself and he made a mention to the nation. We have given the full liberty to the armed forces to do what they want to do. And he is one prime minister. He was sitting in the military operation room when the strike was going on. Same happened during Balakot. Same thing happened during Galwan. He must have asked the chief of the Indian Army, he must have asked the chief of the Air Force, what can we do? And when they must have given their plan to him to go and sit down on Rizangla and ahead of Chishul, and that is what has shaken up the Chinese. Chinese must be thinking on their mind not to take liberty with India again. What we will do, we will not do, that's not the thing. And same thing will be happening to Pakistan. And the shift in focus is very important. Shift in focus is very important. And his concept, probably, my understanding is Rashtra Bhakti, Ma Bharti. राष्ट्र भक्ति के संरक्षण के लिए राष्ट्र शक्ति का कवच होना आवश्यक है।
देश का प्रधानमंत्री वो अपने लिए कुछ भी नहीं किया, आम पब्लिक जनता के लिए जो देश के लिए कर रहे हैं उससे बड़ी चीज़ और क्या हमको चाहिए जी। मैं तो उनके धन्यवाद करता हूं मोदी जी को कि जो उनके ऐसा प्रधानमंत्री रहते हैं, हम लोग ये पब्लिक उनको चाहते हैं कि ऐसा हमारे जुग जुग जी हैं जो प्रधानमंत्री हमारे देश का रक्षा करें।
Well, along with protecting our borders from aggressors, it is also critical to tackle those who want to weaken the nation from within. Being strong is not just about negating external threats. It is also about keeping the secessionists and extremists internally in check.
वीर भोग्या वसुंधरा, यानी वीर अपने शस्त्र की ताकत से ही धरती की, मातृभूमि की रक्षा करते हैं।
Even as Chief Minister of Gujarat, Narendra Modi had taken a tough stance against terror. It was he who introduced the strong anti-terror legislation like the Gujarat Control of Organised Crime Act. The UAPA law has been used effectively by the Modi government to crack down on anti-national forces. 2019 saw nearly 37% increase in arrests under this law. In Jammu and Kashmir, counter-terror activities have led to almost the entire top rung of terror outfits being arrested or eliminated. He has also shown no qualms in cracking down on other separatist forces who intend to disrupt India's unity. In 2015, India went after cross-border NSCNK terrorists who had sought refuge in Myanmar. In the last 7 years, there has been significant decline in Maoist violence too. Under the Modi government, it is one India, but also a safe India. So has the Modi model helped towards or worked towards making India safer? Terror in Jammu and Kashmir, 2020-2021. Let's look at the numbers. Sharp decline. Also even in the lives lost, be it security personnel or civilians, till July 15th, 2021. We see the numbers speak for themselves. Let's look at the Northeast. The total number of fatalities due to terror incidents has also dropped from 107 in 2017 to 27 in 2020. Now, Maoist violence officially accounted deaths. 2018 it was 240, and in 2020 that number has dropped to 183.
When we talk about war, whether you are actually fighting or not, ultimately it is the outcome or the success, victory is determined by the political will. It is determined by the political will that translates into military will. The freedom for the commanders in the field to act, obviously that translates into a posture that is much more assertive. It translates into developing capabilities that must support offensive defense. The way we are developing our infrastructures along the border areas, all of this is contributing towards the outlook towards a more offensive defense, as you describe, in the manner in which the forces are strategizing, the forces are conducting themselves, in the manner in which the forces are being employed in the field.
जब पाकिस्तान की तरफ से गोला आता था तो वो लोगों के घरों के ऊपर जाते थे और लोगों के माल मवेशियों का बहुत बड़ा नुकसान होता था। और मैं इस मोदी सरकार को, अपने प्रधानमंत्री को हम मुबारकबाद देते हैं, क्योंकि गरीबों के लिए बॉर्डर के अंदर इतना यानी कि किया है। बंकर नहीं था तो उस वक्त लोगों के बहुत सी हजारों की जानें वहाँ पर चली गई, जख्मी हो गए लोग, मारे गए लोग वहाँ पर, इतने स्कूल उड़े और इतने यहाँ पर माल मवेशी खत्म हो गए लोगों के।
गवर्नमेंट की हम बहुत शुक्रगुजार हैं कि उन्होंने हमें बैंकर वगैरह दिए, लेकिन जो भी जाने जाती थी उनके लिए ये जो बैंकर दिए हैं ये बहुत सही दिए।
बैंकर से पहले जो हालात थे वो हम जानते हैं, हम ग्राउंड पर जाते रहे हैं, लोगों से मिलते रहे हैं, और बहुत बुरे थे। जैसे ही बैंकर्स यहाँ पर बनाए गए, ये अप्रूव किए गए गवर्नमेंट की तरफ से, तो लोगों को एक तरह की राहत हुई।
We lost close to 35% of our undivided India to partition. One nation became three eventually. And over the years, there have been efforts to further slice and dice Bharat. Jammu and Kashmir, Ladakh, Punjab, Kerala and states in the northeast have been on the radar of those who want to bleed India with 1,000 cuts. But Modi had a plan. On this day, Prime Minister Narendra Modi took the unprecedented step of revoking the special status to Jammu and Kashmir. Modi Sarkar scrapped Article 370 and bifurcated the state into union territories of Ladakh and Jammu and Kashmir. Not only has violence in the valley fallen sharply, but the move has helped ensure better integration with India, as now central laws apply in Jammu and Kashmir. It has also opened up a world of business opportunity in the valley, as citizens of the rest of India are now allowed to buy and sell property. But the bold action was also followed by the extension of an olive branch. It was the Prime Minister who initiated talks with mainstream political parties in Jammu and Kashmir to bring the democratic process back on track. The same iron hand and velvet glove policy has been followed by the Modi government in the northeast as well, by managing to sign a peace accord with the Naga separatists. Through various development programs and infrastructure projects, the Modi government has delivered unprecedented development in the northeast.
यही समय है, सही समय, भारत का अनमोल समय है।
This is indeed the time for Ek Bharat, Shresth Bharat. There's a huge amount of work that's been done with Jammu and Kashmir, Ladakh and also in the northeast. Let's look at Jammu and Kashmir. The hard numbers: 80,000 crore rupees package announced by the Prime Minister in 2015. Granted 30,757 crore for the 2020-2021 by the 15th Finance Panel. 5,300 kilometers of roads constructed under the Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana. The hard numbers: 53 projects worth 58,477 crore launched across the Union Territory, and MOUs of 13,732 crore have been already sealed in the Global Investor Summit.
All of us grew up as diplomats at the United Nations, fearing someday we may be hauled up before the Security Council, etc., etc. So let's not do anything which draws global interest on a issue which still exists after 70 years between India and Pakistan. However, that changed dramatically in two instances. One is after Balakot, second is after Article 370. In both these instances, Prime Minister took the risk, saying that no, we need to be responsive and go ahead and do what we think is right. It's for the diplomats to handle the fallout, if there is any. Similarly, if you go back to Article 370, we took that decision. We were fearless in saying that we were right. This was an internal matter of our own. And here we had a double team. Pakistan, which is usually there in an antagonistic mode, but also China, which for the first time came out publicly critical of our decisions and tried to engage the Security Council on it. It still failed.
The time for Bharat is now. Yahi samay hai, sahi samay hai. But a captain is only as good as the team. Prime Minister Narendra Modi is relentless in his pursuit of making Bharat a Vishwaguru. We too, as citizens, have to do our bit. Bye for now.
मेरा तो मंत्र रहा है मिनिमम गवर्नमेंट मैक्सिमम गवर्नेंस।
सबका साथ, सबका विकास, सबका विश्वास, ये हमारा सिद्धांत है। हम घर में घुस के मारेंगे।
दुनिया को विश्वास होने लगा है कि भारत बहुत अच्छा कर सकता है।
आज पूरा भारत राममय है। सदियों का इंतजार आज समाप्त हो रहा है। विस्तारवाद का युग समाप्त हो चुका है। ये युग विकासवाद का है। यस, डेमोक्रेसी कैन डिलीवर। Yes, democracy has delivered. यही समय है, सही समय है, भारत का अनमोल समय है।